Okay, so you had fled from the Dark Duchess and you'd managed to travel a mile away down the coast before the adventuring day is technically over. So you can set up camp here a mile away or you can push on, but the dogs will then get exhaustion.
Can I put dark vision into a stone?
I assume so.
Yeah, and can I give that to Andy?
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay. You've got dark vision now.
Cool. So although tired, the dogs push on. You put as much distance between you and the dragon as you possibly can.
The mad, crazy reptile.
And then you set up camp. Okay, so you set the, I'd like to call them the boobies up now, the two hemisphere domes next to each other. And you start crafting the stone. Everybody else sort of takes a rest. Right, so you've been set up about an hour. Everybody's lounging about in their underwear and stuff. It's a nice chance to get out of your cold weather clothing. And up shuffles, it looks like a Goliath from his size. Obviously, he's got the full face mask on. And he's carrying an enormous pack. And he sees these two. And strangely, he stops and sniffs the air nearby. And then raps on them. That would sort of make the dink, dink, dink noise. Unless you're not allowing sound. He silently knocks upon them. Yeah, so like I said, this Goliath sniffs the air strangely. Raps on the dome as if it would make a dink 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 noise, but you're not transparent. And then he kind of shrugs and starts to shuffle off into the snow.
I'll drag me clothes on and go outside. Well met, brother Goliath. Can we be of assistance?
Oh, hello there. I was travelling past and saw the strange constructs before me, and I didn't smell anything, so I was just curious. I hope I haven't disturbed you at all.
Not in the slightest. Why don't you come in out the cold?
Oh, that's most kind of you.
I shall invite him inside.
He comes in out of the cold and stamps his feet, and he's quite aghast at how nice and pleasantly warm it is in here. And he's like, oh. And then he sees Aisha. He's like, oh, brother.
I was don't recognise his tribe or anything.
I'm just trying to find which tribe he's from.
If it looks like he's not pleased to say Aisha, I'll try and distract him with some food. You know, like what the last one was.
One second. Maybe. You've heard stories, Percy, of a Goliath that wanders Icewind Dale, a not welcome tribe. He introduces himself as Oya Minarach Tok because, they can't give them easy to pronounce names. Earl, you see his nostril flares as he turns toward you.
Oh.
He smelled something about you.
I'll look at him and smile.
So, yeah, apparently the Oyam, he likes to be known for shortness. Apparently Oyam, known to be a little too much in touch with his beast side, Percy.
Right.
Oh!
He says, the weather's terrible. I'm surprised to see anybody out this far. But thank you for the invitation. It's most kind. It's quite a wondrous dwelling you have here.
Yeah, I know your name from somewhere. I'm thinking to myself quietly, and as I'm looking back through my notes.
I asked him if he's ever heard of Frost Giant Gathering Place Temple or something like that. Supposed to be west of Bryn Shander.
You know what? I'll have a history check and I'll...
Rummages in a little pouch and produces a set of dice.
Yeah, he rummages in his little pouch.
Richie, is it Oyam in a Tartuk?
Yeah.
Oh, I know who he is. My character actually knows because it says in my notes, in Targus, a band of adventurers plan to go to Kelvin's Cairn to find the Goliath lycanthrope.
So, yeah. He's obviously picked up some residual smell about you, but he hasn't seemed to have gone mad and killed anybody yet. He rolls a 3. So, he says, yes, I've heard rumours of it, but I've never been there myself. Apparently, it's somewhere contained within the barrier formed by the mountain, the cliffside on the west, and the 2 rivers to the east of the cliffside. It's somewhere in that.
Aha.
If you show him your map of Icewind Dale, he says somewhere, what our big arrow tone, somewhere in this location here.
Well, we're sort of going that way.
He pulls out some frozen caribou and says, for your hospitality, the least I can do is offer some meat for you if you have the ability to have fire in this strange dwelling.
Well, we'll probably already have a cook fire going with some form of curry on it.
Yeah.
No, do you want a naan bread and some curry instead? We've got some rice and onion bhajis.
Food smells spicy, but not unpleasant.
I asked him, Rich, if the last time he's seen any of our kin wandering around because there's been reports that nobody's seen any Goliaths for ages.
Yes, it was quite some time ago, but I bumped into a bunch of hunters, and apparently there'd been a falling out over a game of goat ball, and now, basically, goat ball is kind of a bit like dodgeball for adults.
Yeah.
So you stand on top of poles and throw a heavy ball at each other, attempting to knock each other off the poles.
Like the sound of that.
It's a Goliath game, and he says, as I recall, there was an argument about it. One of the children of the Wormdoom Crag had apparently done something to one of the griffins, and the griffin had pecked them or bit them or something, and this has caused almost a war going on. The tribes are at odds with each other. I don't know the specifics, but that is generally what happened on the verge of war. He says, but I will tell you to avoid, if you see those that are possessed by Chardlin, it's evil devil magic. I saw some of the good Goliath tribes that had been using Chardlin weapons, and they're crazy and cannot be reasoned with. I've had to put some down myself, so I would advise you to stay away from any of those if you see them. You'll know them for their black eyes and all of their black veins.
Yeah, we bumped into some people that have been high on Chardlin, like they're not fun.
Indeed, he says. So I'm just travelling around the Dale trying to find out what's happening with the Frost Maiden, but so far I have been unsuccessful.
We are on the same quest, brother.
This is pleasing to me. So he blackens some of his caribou and has a taste of the curry, and you can see his nose streams a bit, and he's like, well, this is very spicy, but not unpleasant. He seems to be a little sensitive to the taste.
Try and put something in to take the spiciness out, cream or milk or whatever we can put in.
You can't bite a bit of vindaloo.
But by all means, if I can help you direct you anywhere or provide assistance anywhere, feel free. I'm just roaming at the moment.
Thank you, brother. Maybe, is there anything that you need? Can we help you in any way?
No, I'm pretty self-sufficient. Now, the way the Goliath culture works, basically, it's based around the boast. Okay, it's kind of like an honour thing. So, like when mums are training young Goliaths, they won't say go and do the dishes. They'll go and say the dishes need doing, and then a Goliath child will be like, I will clean the dishes, and they will be so clean that you will be able to see your face in them, and that kind of thing. Yeah, so the most that's the way that you gain honour, is by making a boast, and obviously the bigger the boast, the more honour you gain. But this guy seems pretty humble, or it's a little unusual.
I was just going to say, is that unusual? Or okay.
The whole society or culture is about like proving how good you are. It's a bit like the Celtic gift giving thing there, where you actually gain more honour by giving more stuff away, if you know what I mean.
Is he tattooed or is he unmarked like me?
No, he's got the marks. They're not tattoos. They're kind of like birthmarks.
Oh, yeah, well, okay.
And he has the marks. He is very different, shall we say. He's got a really thick-set jaw. Earl probably knows why, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, I'm giving him that look of I know who you are. Or, like literally, I keep, when he half looks at us, I give him a toothy grin.
Do we need to be worried about this, Earl, or not?
Possibly, but I'm going to certainly let them know that we know. Right, I've got this.
Oh God!
Have you been a werebear for long?
He looks at you and says, "Well, I did sense something about you, but it's unusual."
Yeah, I used to be a werebear, but it wore off.
Yeah.
For almost as long as I can remember.
Yeah, I heard a group of adventurers went up to kill you recently, but unfortunately we found their mutilated bodies because they seem to have walked into a Yeti's cave. Aye,
that'd be sad. There's several bands of Yetis that are roaming the Vale. Like everything else, food is getting short and animals are getting more desperate. And when I had less control, I had to leave my clan and break out on my own for their own safety and mine. But now it's been many years, and I'm kind of just used to wandering around Icewind Dale now.
Well, I mean, I was one for a while, and my biggest fear was eating me friends. But like I say, it wore off before then, so it's got to play on you a little bit. Well, yeah.
Yeah, me and Andy both shuffle away slightly from Earl.
Oh no, it's all right. I'm cured.
One of the many fears, and Earl pulls out his 10 things about this werebear that will amaze you.
Yeah.
So no, I'm quite happy to sleep away from you if you are
No, I trust you.
uncomfortable
Be fine.
with it. Let's just check the date. The full moons are on the 15th. I checked of every month. He says so. I'll probably be all right for the next 3 or 4 days, but I'm quite happy to sleep outside.
No, it's fine. We're good.
Very good. Well, thank you for your hospitality. It's very kind of you.
I think there's too many people in Icewind Dale who are quick to prejudge people. We've got kobold friends, goblin friends, gnoll friends. Now we've got a werebear friend. This is wonderful.
And it's just nice to meet somebody who's not going to murder us in our sleep for a change.
Yeah, most people try to kill us. I'll be careful. There's a big dragon up the road.
I've seen her flying overhead. It's why I skirt away from the coast.
Yeah, I think that would be sensible. She's hungry and a little bit crazy.
Yeah, I try to avoid that if possible.
Oh, you should always avoid crazy. Always avoid crazy.
Hang on, he's sitting next to you, Sandwich.
I am perfectly sane. I'll have you know, I have a certificate and everything.
Yeah, it's signed by your doctor, Dr. Diarth.
Yeah.
Right, so unless there's anything else you want to ask about the tribes almost being at war over some incident with a child and a griffin.
Do I
Well,
know
then sort
where
of-
these tribes would be? Or, where their location is for both of these?
Yeah. They're on the map. It's Sky Tower and Wormdoom Crag. The Goliath you rescued from the bottom of Sunblight Fortress came from Wormdoom, and your tribe come from Sky Tower. Your guys are the Griffin guys. You know that they're treated like a member of the family, and a griffin's not a mount or a pet. It's actually part of your family, Sky Tower.
I'll just ask him in general what he's found out about this mad bitch turning the weather cold.
He says, well, I see her most nights. She flies overhead, Realis, on the back of her giant rock, and I see lights cascading out from her fingertips. So it's something that's an ongoing thing. Quite why a goddess should need to fill, she has to fly up in the air, beyond immortals, of course.
Well, I think everyone around here is going to be dead if she keeps doing it.
It is true. That is true.
That's it. If she gains her power from her followers, and she not have many followers left by the end of it all, so our power will wane. So she's doing herself an injustice.
That would seem incredibly self-destructive, and she must have a good reason for doing it. It doesn't sound like a random act.
She might have gone a bit mad. No doubt
it's
we'll
like
find
a-
out soon enough.
It may sound like a daft question, but does she have like a place of residence? Is she in some castle somewhere, or does she live on the ground or in the sky, or what? Or does she just
Apparently
reach around?
so, yes. Valienne, who has come into your thing to eat the curry, says, she resides at an old frost giant fortress called Grimscully. Apparently.
But why would a god reside somewhere? They're a god.
Exactly. I don't know what's going on, but until we talk to that prick Nas, we'll find out, I guess.
Well, he's on the list. We'll get there soon enough. We just have to pick an automaton up.
Lantish claps her hands excitedly when you say that.
Like, she looks kind of like disgusted at this and goes, you do realise that a good zombie can do everything that an automata can, but they're usually more dexterous.
Yeah, but an automaton looks more menacing.
Yeah, but you can put nails through a zombie's head. That makes it look incredibly menacing.
Can you
I've been
make-
chased by a zombie with nails through its arms. They need to make them faster. You can kite them.
Can you make zombie huskies?
Technically, no. But if you hold the husky and slit its throat, and I cast Animate Dead at the point of death, then
Now,
I'm willing to give it a go.
I was thinking all those dead huskies from the dragon attack. Yeah, shame to let them go to waste.
Well, technically, Animate Dead only works on humanoids. However, she rubs her hands together expectantly.
They'll
I'm
probably
certainly
be out
prepared
there.
to give it an experiment.
Probably been out left. Andy's probably ate them.
You do slight them. You have 81 pounds of undisclosed meat to eat to get through. So are you giving the dogs 8 pounds of that?
Yes.
Are you going to feed them the bland rations?
No, we'll give them real meat. We're goodies. Gotta be nice to the dogs until they die, and then we'll turn them into
Zombie dogs. Okay, so you feed the dogs raw meat, undisclosed. It's got bits of pocket lint on it and things where Aisha's had it around his backpack and his pockets and things. And with that, I guess, you head off to sleep,
Yep.
knowing a little more and yet not quite enough about everything else.
That's the story of our lives. We'll be fine. We'll just bumble our way across this place.
I can't think of anything else to ask him about anything that's, in the wilderness bit if this is where he's been mooching around.
Oh, hey, if you ever want to go to a pub for a good drink, in a couple of months' time there'll be a new pub up in Nollywood called the Ramshackle.
We don't judge race, colour, creed, sexuality, number
As long
of
as you like
limbs,
beer.
any of that.
Everyone is welcome as much as your gold is.
Apparently I can do this. That turns the visibility off. I was just testing a thing there. So the next roll is clear skies for the next day.
Ooh.
You have a good long rest for all. Hurrah, finally. Wake up feeling refreshed, having not met anything else other than Ormy overnight. Right, so, Dave, are you driving for this day?
Yeah, so guidance and help, please.
Yep, I'll help Dave. Not a problem.
Right, so you can move. You can give me a roll, and then you can move your... Sadly, it's going to be a 20, so you can move a total of 16 miles that day. Villian has a medium sled. Are you saying your farewells to Ormy, or...?
Yeah, I'll say good luck.
Good luck with
Unless he
your
wants to come with.
I hope to bump into you again.
Ask him if he needs any meat.
Do you need anything? Or you can travel with us if you want. I mean, if you're bored, we're just going to go and right some wrongs and probably cause a load of trouble.
That is a tempting offer. Perhaps I'll take you up on it in the future. But if you're heading down, have you told them you said you were going to pick the construct where you're going to tell them that you're heading down to the goblin place?
Yeah, we're going to go and bump into some goblins, and then we're
probably isn't going to be for the best that I come down there with you. I've had a run-in with a few of the goblins now and again.
Yeah, I killed one of the dads and they're quite upset about it, but I think we've made things better now. But we'll see. I'm sure it'll all go terribly wrong.
Oh, it's a clear day, actually. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call for here.
I was going to say, is it worth keeping an eye out to see if we can see where these Goliaths, the thingies around here?
Right. Ben, as you pass, pull up another. So that's where you were heading to. And we'll use this as your... As you pass this point here, and it's a clear day, you're looking about, and you see just off in the distance, because I can see Pincher Monument from here, just off in the distance you can see maybe a structure or something on top of a hill.
Head towards this hill then.
I can't have a look.
So you turn off. Right, so you turn off at that point, and it's about a mile away, and Pincher Monument's longer than that. So, as you arrive at the top of the hill, you see 7 giant iced glazed thrones forming a ring atop a snow-covered hillock.
Ooh, this sounds like the place we're looking for.
It does. You drove right past it and then give you a DC 20 perception check, and Dave got 22.
This is where we're looking for the trumpet, isn't it? Right, let's have a hike up there and find our trumpet. I mean, this technically means we don't have to visit your people, but we should go and maybe stop them killing each other over football.
Right, so 7, as you get off the sled, are you leaving Bob, or are you taking him with you?
No, I think we're best leave Bob with the sled.
In case we need to make a fast getaway again.
Honestly, Dave with these, I'll just drive over here. Oh, I'm just going to randomly wander into places. I said, right. Ice covers 7 giant thrones arranged in a ring atop a snow-covered hill. Scores of black ravens gather overhead.
I'll send out the owl. Have a little look ahead to see what the ring's about.
Ravens normally turn up when there's carrion.
Why would it be black?
Aren't ravens always black?
Yeah, but what they're doing up in the north, that is not explained anywhere. I'm just giving you the description. Right, so it's just a hillock with a ring of thrones upon it, Lantesh.
Can we see any tracks or anything there?
There is absolutely nothing here.
No markings on the thrones or anything.
Well, I'm not sitting on any of them thrones, but I'll have a walk round and have an investigate.
I say he's having a walk around and investigate. Can I cast Detect Magic as a ritual?
Yeah. As you can see, it's just a round hillock, Andy, with the giant thrones perched on top. If it wasn't on top of a hillock and it wasn't such a nice day, I probably wouldn't have seen them.
Right. Are the thrones all identical? Like, is there any sort of inscriptions carved on them?
They are almost all identical. The one to the south seems to have a higher back. which would
So that's
indicate
where the
that
boss sits.
that's probably where the boss sits. But
Well,
sadly, they stay inert.
How big is Big Rich? Are these giant size or Goliath size?
No, these are giant size. So you're 7 feet tall. Giants are about.
Okay.
I want you to give me a history check. That's quite a good history check. Right, so you remember your nan telling you stories, yeah, tied into that thing that we spoke about. The meeting date, the giants, was on the full moon of every month.
And it's a couple of days to the next full moon, isn't it?
It is a couple of days to the next full moon, but it was only the leaders of the giant tribes. Long since they have diminished, the leaders of the giant tribes were the ones allowed to stand in the circle.
so if anything's going to happen here, it's going to be in a couple of days' time.
You're thinking, yeah.
This is on a hill, isn't it?
It is on a hill, yes.
Can I slowly walk around the edge of the hill with Corin and look for any underground caves or anything like that? Even if it take nice and easy, we're not in a rush.
Or any old tracks or anything out the ordinary.
There's no tracks. It doesn't look like there's been anything here in a long, long time. And there are no cave entrances around the side of the hillock.
What we could do is, can we get? Oh no, probably can't. I was going to say, would we be able to get a cargo up and back before the full moon?
Advance the calendar. It's the 11th, and the full moon happens on the 15th.
So can we get to Carkaluk in 2 days? It's 19 miles. We should be able to go 38 miles in 4 days, shouldn't we?
It was 16 miles I got on a roll of 20.
Right. So
Yes,
yeah,
but you have moved over a mile this way, Dave. 13 miles.
Oh, right. Sorry, I am looking at the arrow instead of the group. Yeah, we're fine. Let's go to Carkaluk, do the thing, come back here.
Can I just
Sounds like
ask
blood.
if these detect magic then?
Yeah, so Tracy is, while she's been doing that, she's been dancing around, spreading incense and, I don't know, lashing the ground with witch hazel or whatever. The whole thing vaguely radiates magic, Tracy, as if it's like, was very magical a long time ago and it's slowly sort of leached out.
Does that big one radiate slightly more in that direction, or
No,
the big
you just
shape
get a
more?
general feeling of
Oh, right,
magicalness.
Right, okay, it's interesting.
What are we doing then?
Heading to Carkaluk, I think.
Well, were they magical, did you say?
The whole
I've-
area.
It vaguely, as though like it's a residual emanation from, a long time ago, and it's starting to like dissipate, So I get the impression that this was, highly magical at one time in its time, but it's just the general area, not one chair specific. It's just like the general area.
I wonder if it's the sort of place that if we can get to Carkaluk and back and get plotted up in time, we might say ghosts of long dead giants having a ghostly meeting, perhaps.
Yeah. Or like Battlestar Galactica, where there's only one turns up and sits there by himself looking like a right sad bastard.
I bet on that.
Ah, Mr. No Mates, how nice to meet you.
Yeah. Billy, perhaps?
Actually, on the journey, we should talk about this. If there's a chance that we're going to meet a ghostly giant, then you're going to have to do the talking, big lad, and you're going to have to convince him we need the trumpet.
Okay.
I'll just keep messaging you thoughts if you need a bit of a poke, if that happens.
Right, so that is, Dave, I've adjusted your course. You're moving to that point there and then heading to Carkaluk the next day, yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm going to advance the calendar. I'm assuming there's no more encounters for the day. Are you summoning food or eating rations? It only matters if you're actually eating rations.
Yes, someone food them.
Delicious porridge. I'll put some curry
and
in it.
random pocket beat for the dogs, yes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they don't say
I'll get the spice kit out.
random pocket meat. Yeah, gruel again then. Okay, Dave, so you can give me a roll for the next day.
So help and guidance then?
I'll help you.
And you get a plus
I'll
2
guide
to
you.
weather rolls for the day because so clear. It was literally a perfect storm of you driving close enough to see it and it's clear weather. Unbelievable, eh? So let's see if you can see this. Wow! It's the clearest it has been in 2 years. Can you actually see that GM roll?
No.
Yeah, 21.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
It's the clearest it has been in 2 years in Icewind Dale. And if it wasn't for the Aurora Borealis blocking the clouds, you would actually be able to see the sun. In fact, you can just about make a very hazy sun sort of blurry noise. blurry side just above the clouds.
It's like, whoo, bloody hell. Get the factor 800 out. I'm burning here.
Wow. Okay, that's really unusual. So, Dave, have you made your roll for the day?
Yeah, I rolled 21.
Yep, so you can make it all the way to Carkaluk today.
Excellent.
Excellent. Right, so you pull up outside of Carkaluk. The goblins are quite pleased to see you because Earl had been plying them with drink the last time he was here. They shake their spears, their little painted faces over the top of the walls, like, "Ah, Yabnock!" A runner is sent swiftly off, and Spellix comes back with his second in command and his big wolf, and smiles at you and says, Yabnock is pleased to see you. You have brought us some trade, some tithe, I imagine.
Oh, certainly. I'll bow deeply to Yavnok, the great Yavnok, and, dig around in my pockets for something to give him. I'm sure we have meat. We have meat. We have come because we must.
And he turns to his goblins and he's like, "See, the 10-towners, they bring tithe to the great Yabnock," and they all go, "Yabnock," and shake their spears about. So you've got 64 pounds of random pocket meat and 10 pounds of mammoth meat on you. Whatever rations you want, or is there anything else you wish to tithe the great Yabnock?
Hang on, I'll look. There's bound to be a few bits of stuff I want rid of. that could be of some use, I meant to say.
When none of the goblins are looking, it gives you like a wink, as if to say thanks. Do you know what I mean?
I'll definitely, go with the flow.
And some of the goblins on the gate actually are coming over in a more friendly manner and not poking spears at you. Obviously, hoping that you're gonna, pass the wine jug about.
I'll get some wine out for the lads, and I'll turn around and say, "We have came because you called on us to investigate the giant creature that you have found, O great Yarok."
Yes, this is true. Yagnock has employed these adventurers to sort the creature. And then guy gives you a look as if you go, "I don't know what the fuck's going on, but okay, I'll go with it."
I'll say I present this token in exchange for that monstrosity, this great valuable and I'll give him the bracelet.
From a dragon's trove.
Yes. Big story behind that for the great Yabnock.
The big bracelet you'd left as a present, if you remember.
Yeah, but you got
the little one as well. Little one, sorry.
He's like, he clips it on and he holds it up and he's like, "Yes, Yabnock, he is mighty and he is fine with his treasures." And all the goblins are like, "Yes, Yabnock, please come forth." Like I said, you're starting to make friends among the goblins, Earl, as they're snacking some of your beer.
Yeah, I've noticed that giving them alcohol seems to make them very friendly.
Very, very happy, very, very quickly, yeah.
Yeah, this is a ridiculous thing that I've never seen happen in real. Oh, wait, no. If you buy people's drinks, they love you.
It's almost like D&D imitates real life.
Yeah.
Right, so you're taken forward, and it's still hanging there from its string. Tracy, you've got the amulet around your neck?
A has, yes.
And you can feel the strong pull towards the automaton.
I'll cast Spider Climb, and I'll climb up the monstrosity. And is there a place to put it in? Or
no. If you look at the description on your character sheet, you just have to activate it
with the command word. Yes.
Right. So it has writing on it, and I have discovered that apparently the writing is related to draconic symbols. You can kind of make out. But it's almost as if, that like Swedish and Danish are two similar languages, kind of like that.
It says, "Dogs barking cannot fly without umbrellas."
Right, it should be ID'd for you. So it's got you do a DC 20 Intelligence Arcana check within 10 feet of the.
Right.
Can I help her with that since I can read it?
A DC 20 check. So I'll just drop it in the.
Could she be guidanced? Would that be of an assistance, do you think?
Not in this case. I'm just going to give you an open roll, Tracy. Here you go. Okay, now.
Oh no!
It explodes and deals 100 damage to everybody within 20 feet. No, it doesn't. Right, so you try to fire it up, and the reason I'm making you roll is you feel a kind of resistance, as if it's trying to work, but there's something wrong, so try again.
While she's doing this, can I examine it
You can give me a DC 10 history check.
No.
If it had exploded again,
Right.
it was like
No,
visions of the
Right,
bloody
on
black
the
cavern again.
second go, Tracy, you can feel it almost starting up, but it's like a car when it goes whoop, 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 like that. You can feel the power building. You get so close, but then it dies off. And then the third attempt you get it, there's a magical whine, like a high-pitched whine, and lights flash on. It still has that writing on that Earl can kind of read.
What does it say, the writing?
Do you want to give me a
Say Gundam.
Insight?
Gundam? Investigation? Or
I would rather do insight, but I've rolled investigation.
you're terrible at it. Right, okay, so because of the differences between the languages, there seems to be some kind of identification number, and then there seems to be some kind of descriptor above it, but you can't make out the exact wording. If only you had comprehend languages, eh?
Wait a minute. Why don't I just feel what this instead of trying to work out what it says? Can I try and feel what it means? Instead of working out the exact words, feel what it's trying to say.
Yeah. Right. So Tracy, you try again. I thought Tracy had comprehend languages. I thought you might have cast it.
I do, but I haven't got it memorized unless I sit down and like I didn't memorize it this time. Sorted.
So are you going to try for a third time? You can feel this thing.
Yeah, I'll have a
Right. The third
roll.
time you don't have to roll. It fires into life. You can feel it and flexes. The ropes break and bam! This thing crashes to the ground in a superhero landing. The lights I described to you before start to flash. It stands upright, and the three magical LEDs flash green, 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 and then it flexes one leg. Green, 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 flexes the other leg. Green, 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 flexes one arm. Green, 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 flexes the other arm. Green, red, red, and you can see that the arm's not working properly. And it turns to you, Tracy, and who speaks Elvish?
Me? Of course I speak Elvish.
Right, so you hear it speak again, okay? Weirdly, the runes are in Draconic. The language it speaks related to Elvish in the same way Danish and Swedish are related. And it says to Tracy, Security Unit, Eastern District 209, reporting for duty.
I'll turn around and message her and tell her what it said. I don't want to. I take it we've got a load of goblins staring at what we're doing.
Yeah, the goblins are all standing in shock, like they've dropped their spears, their eyes are wide. But one of the arms does not seem to be working correctly.
I'll message him back and say, how do I respond to this?
I don't know, but its arm's broken.
It's armed, and it's Eastern District Security Unit 209, or ED 209 for short.
Oh no!
Can you tell us what the command in Elvish is to say to command it to defend myself and my friends?
I'll give her that command Elvish, but I'll also say you might want to see if it has any instructions to command it. So ask it this, and I'll say tell me the format of the order system or whatever.
Right.
Would it be an idea to get it to walk out to Carkaluk with us, and then we can sort of plot up somewhere at our leisure and decipher it?
Yeah, but if it goes mad in Carkaluk, there'll be loads of goblins for it to get bored with while we run away.
Ah, well, yes, fair play. I'll give you that.
Ooh.
Additional rhyme. You go. I'm gonna drag this to your thing now. So Tracy, the amulet does provide some measure of instructions, even though you don't speak the language. And I don't know whether you can see it on the actual amulet, but basically it will follow you around and take half damage that you take.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
The only command you can give it is to attack something. Otherwise, it will follow you around and protect you.
All right. Okay. That's fine. I just didn't want it to start going haywire and start killing everything.
Also, you can use it to store a spell by casting a spell at it.
Ooh.
It's not sleeping in the hut.
It's not sleeping in the hut. That is interesting. I'll have to think about that. Which one would be advantageous for the group?
It would be interesting. Now, which lightning bolt should that be?
I was thinking, at first I thought that, and then I thought, well,
So now,
Maybe something to
hopefully,
protect the party.
if I go to your log, I should be able to add you. Eastern District 209 is now in your cohorts. There's the spellcaster who wears the Shield Guardian's amulet can cause the Guardian to store one spell of 4th level or lower. Cast the spell at the Guardian.
Alright, let's have a little look what we've got.
So it doesn't seem to talk much. It recites the basic IRL. You stand the core abilities of it, but it is obviously damaged and it seems to be quite old, like very, very old. The goblins are all standing. They've dropped their spears, their mouths wide. They're like, and Yarbnock's like, yeah, see, my Yarbnock has reanimated the creature and he has given it to the people here for all of the gifts of food that they have brought us. As he madly improvises on his feet.
And it is going to lead us, I'll say, to a trove of treasures which we will return to you for your people, as you said, great Yabnock.
Yes, I did say that, he says.
I'll sidle over to Yarbnock and try and whisper in his ear. And now that it's reanimated, we can use it to carry more food back to Karkaluk for the glory of Yarbnock.
Yes, Yarbnock commands that you use the creature to carry more food back to Karkaluk for the glory of Yarbnock. And they all
Richie, I have got comprehend language because it's ritual.
Oh God, here we go.
So I could cast it. You know what I mean?
We'll go and have a dance around and see if you can find out. Ask it how to repair it.
Yeah, I'll do.
I have a feeling I know how you repair it.
I'll actually, rather than spend 10 minutes, unless we've got time.
So it has the weirdest languages combination. The written form is seems to be a variation of Draconic, and the spoken form seems to have Elvish overtones, but it's definitely not either of those. It just remains silent, Tracy, and follows you about at a range of like 5 feet. Just always walks behind you, looking menacing.
So it doesn't tell us how to repair its arm if I ask it?
Yeah, it doesn't respond.
I'll put lightning bolt in it.
Oh my God. Upcast it. Cast it at 4th level.
Yes, I'll cast it at 4th.
So you cast 4th level lightning bolt. It just stands there. You turn, you begin to cast. All the goblins go, ooh, then this great column of lightning shoots out of your hands directly into the chest of this thing. And it starts to glow, and you can see that I showed you the picture of it before. Between the plates is like this weird substance, not wood, not flesh. And that all starts to glow with electricity, and then it sort of sucks it all in, and all the goblins are standing there, and everybody's standing there with the hair standing on end because of the static electricity. But yes, the thing absorbs it completely, and then there's a little green blink on one of the LEDs, which as you watch over the course of like 10 minutes or so, like occasionally blinks at like 2 minutes intervals.
Awesome sauce.
If I drag this from your character sheet now, you should have Ed 209. Yes, you do. Right, well, what are you going to do? You have retrieved Ed.
Let's head back to Jarlmouth route.
Heading back to Yarlmoot.
That's the one.
Was there nothing else we had to do here, Earl, or?
Don't think so. Can I have a private word with Yarbnock?
Yarbnock.
No, wait, I don't need to. I'll just message him and say, hey, Yarb, you wouldn't have any idea how to fix this thing, would you, since you're, in the fixing things business?
No, I tried. I couldn't even activate it. It's utterly beyond me.
Do you know anything about the circle of chairs about 15 mile north of here, Yarmouth?
It's not something I'm familiar with. I've certainly never seen it. None of the crawler crews have mentioned it.
How's everything going? You guys all right?
It's going well. That damn bitch is trying to stir trouble, but Manifek is still trying to stir trouble. But because now they're getting plenty of food, they're tending to want to just stay indoors and eat rather than go out and fight stuff. So she's losing traction.
Good. The cauldron with all the soup got stolen, but we got it back. So everything should be running again pretty soon. And a big dragon did blow everything up. There's a few less cities around here than there was, but we sorted that as well. Oh, and there's a real dragon further north than here, a really angry dragon. Don't mess about with the angry dragon with the dead guy on her back.
He says, do you know what? Just when you think it's as dangerous as it's going to get around here.
Oh, no.
And then something falls out of the sky.
We just spent the night with a werebear. It was great. things around here just go from the sublime to the ridiculous.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
we need to find a horn to open a pass after we kill a god. So, busy.
Okay. So are you staying the night?
Yeah, we'll kip up tonight and then we'll bugger off first thing in the morning. We'll spend the whole night bigging them up.
Yes. Ed just follows Tracy around and looks intimidating.
What's
No,
that? Charmin doing?
She keeps out of the way, but when there's a big feast, she can see her giving like evil pie eyes out of the side of her face. Yarbnock.
I'll make sure there's extra chili in ours.
So are you giving them any of this random pocket meat, or?
Oh yeah, with extra lint.
How many pounds of meat are you tithing to the mighty Yarbnock?
Do you reckon 20?
Yeah.
Here, eat this. It could be anything, but you'll love it. So they have a great feast in your honour, and the extra curries that horrible bitch, and you spend a pleasant evening. Tracy, Ed just stands over you, unmoving. Like I said, occasionally that LED light will just blink green. Have a long rest. You wake up in the morning, and everything is fab.
Awesome. And with a bit of luck, she, that horrible female goblin, what's her name, will spend most of the day on the bog.
She certainly does. She has been invaded by the spirits of the wicked curry, and it's clear skies today. It's not quite as bright as it was, but it is clear skies, so that should be good for you. So up to you guys. What?
To Yarmouth.
Yeah, see if we can find ourselves a nice, relatively secluded place to get ourselves tucked in, ready and waiting for the full moon.
All right. Well, you can reach Yarmouth in a day, and
Can I get a little piece of wood to make a sign with, please?
you can call off into those trees. Yeah. The most strip, the goblins have chopped them all down. You can get a little bit.
Good. I'm going to make a sign that reads "not food" for during the full moon, just in case he pops in and sees us. I'll have a sign on my back that says across my chest is "not food."
I can imagine that. Yes. Right. So it's going to be 2 days of camping. Are you just going to hang on?
Well, we might as well. We're here now.
Well, we can have you can do a bit hunting and refresh our.
Aye, yes, I will.
You can do survival, and I think that you get £1 worth of food or something for a successful one, according to one of the books.
You.
I mean, I could be just making that number up, but I'm sure I'd read it.
That's fine. Shall I just roll it?
Yeah, just roll it. Absolutely. Because I'm just checking to see what the... Right, so the skies stay clear and you are unbothered by wandering beasties. You wish to just fast forward. So Andy, just roll a d6 plus 2 for each day, exceeding a DC 10 survival check.
I can help you just find a herd of something.
Hang on, I shall just roll. I'll roll the one for the next day, then I've got them both, and I know how many I've made. Right, 1. So that's a d6.
Yeah, game's getting pretty scarce out here now.
Get even more scarce for start fireball hunting.
Yeah. Oh look, it's a herd of moose. So you get £3 of food. You can feed the doggos. Are you living on unsummoned food, or are you feeding the doggos meat?
We'll feed the doggos meat and eat summoned food.
That's £16 of meat.
That's all right.
Well, it gets quite handily rid of all of that random pocket meat. Okay, so I'm just going to have a 5-minute bio and grab something to drink.
Not a problem.
So the longest you've spent in one place in several months, you spend 2 whole days camped out Yarmouth.
Yeah, I'll put my not food sign up outside the bump.
Put your not food sign up. I'm going to just put Tracy's bot. There you go. That doesn't look intimidating at all, does it?
Oh, not much.
No, that doesn't look scary whatsoever.
My brother's going to love that.
So as the moon reaches its zenith, moonlight shines down upon the thrones. You can't get any sun, but apparently you can get moonlight. You see the apparitions of 7 frost giant Jarl appear.
And any chance we can not be standing in the middle of the circle?
Yes, but they don't. You can't see them then. You can move out the circle if you want.
No, I'll stand right in the middle next to Bracy.
Right, well,
yeah, go
put
on,
yourselves then wherever you wish. You can't see them from the outside of the circle. You can only see them when they appear. They sit there, apparently silently. Occasionally, the large one, Bracy. The 7th giant is the one in the throne to the south. You recognise as Reg Yarva, known as Reg to his friends.
Right.
He was the one named Jarl of Jarls. He has a coat of white dragon scales and a magnificent horned helm, and at his belt is an enormous vision of a ghostly horn and a massive axe by his side.
I feel like Bran Bronzebeard in Storm Peaks.
However, they are silent and do not acknowledge you.
Do they even know we're there? Do they recognise that we're actually there? Do they have they looked at us or just like...
They haven't even looked at you, Bracey, but from what you remember from your history check, only those. The blood of kings were allowed in the Frost Giant bit.
I'll message Bracey, Aisha, and say, okay, start acting like you belong here.
All right, I'll take a couple of steps towards the throne to the south.
Okay.
Oh, just drop down in the other channel just a second, if I can find where it is.
Okay, audio test, okay.
I've forgotten what it was. I was in my counter.
It's on your note. You're directly descending from the blood of the Frost Giants. In fact, Regivaria may be a great-great-grandfather of yours.
So I'm kind of like a king sort of thing, am I?
Yeah, you are descended from a Frost Giant king.
Who's right? Oh, that's not on that thing. I'll never remember that name.
Let's call him Reg. Okay. All right, then. You step forward. Again, the giants are nodding and tapping the things, but they seem to be directly talking to each other, or at least the spirits do. Maybe they're replaying an old meeting they once had.
All right. I'll raise my voice and say, Y'all of y'alls, I am here to petition you.
You say that, and there's maybe a flick of an eyebrow, but he does not directly turn to face you.
Oh, what was that name again? Gen, was it?
Reg. His name is Regaravia, but he was known as Rega because it's easier to pronounce. Chris Perkins personally hates me.
Y'all of y'alls, it is my right to stand in the circle. I again ask to petition you.
Right, at this point, his head actually turns, and you can hear a voice that speaks in your head. By what right do you have to speak in the circle? But he has acknowledged you, and no one else.
My bloodline, my descendancy. I am a king.
Right, as Aisha says this, you sense something in him, and while he has no Goliath birthmark, all of a sudden, brilliant blue light begins to stream from him all over, and these birthmark lines come in, but unlike the grey of normal Goliath, they're a bright, icy blue, and they cover his entire body, and his birthmark lines go up his face, and he literally, you can feel his presence almost as a physical thing. Rega voice booms out, so that all says, "You are the line of Rega Yarva, and we acknowledge that you are able to speak in this moat. You must prove yourself." As he says this, raises a finger, materializing in front of you, two giant skeletons.
Oh, fuck.
Bear with either side, front and back. Giant skeletons, and I mean skeletons of frost giant. And he says, "Prove yourself, Ken." They chatter silently and run to attack you.
Hang on, just before they do that, right? You know, you're saying we get by making boasts and stuff like that.
Yes.
I cut my head and go, consecutively or concurrently makes no difference to me.
Let's roll to initiative as
God help us. I take it we can help him then.
That's what I would like to know.
yeah, you get the feeling you're allowed to help. I get the two weirdest sounds ever, because you know the randomly generated one. One has a verbally abusive giggle, and the other one has an earnest voice, apparently.
No, you don't.
Roll their initiatives, because they have awesome initiative. Oh, there you go. Round one.
Does Ed 209 get initiative, or do I just go on my turn?
Ed has his own initiative, and he gets a 2.
Oh, shit.
He is shit at initiative. You can command him, and he will automatically absorb damage if within 60 feet of you. Lantesh goes first, as these two giant skeletons appear either side of you, wielding huge axes.
Lightning bolt on the one to the north.
Okay, you fire the lightning bolt. These now that these marks have appeared on Aisha, they stay there. It's almost as if they've been latent. So he's now a Goliath with bright, icy blue marks.
I think we'll sort that footballer thing out easy enough.
It feels it does full damage to the verbally abusive giggle. you cunt.
Yeah.
28 damage. Bang. There's a big zap and lightning runs all up and down. Is there anything else you wish to do?
Back away. I'll towards the middle, behind Corin.
Okay.
To there. And if I move the thing to be between Corin and the creature.
Move what thing?
If I command the golem
Ed, yeah.
Ed to move between so that the creature, it's between would Corin get disadvantage to shoot or not?
No, not for the size of them. But you just tell him to attack. You can't really. He's not a subtle weapon. He defends you or he attacks.
Well, I'll wait till it's his turn because I want to obviously use the other spell if need be.
Excellent. Corin, you're up next.
Right. Well, I think we'd better.
Bugger me, you say. 2 giant skeletons.
I think, yes. Well, I think I shall just move one to the side. And I think we'll do our usual. Bonus action first. I shall put the tosser's mark on that skeleton. And let's see now. Right. And I can have a second arrow with a bit of luck.
You hit him. He goes, cunt.
There we go. Right, that's me done.
Excellent.
Now
Next up. Oh, sorry.
I'm going to get steamrolled.
Yeah,
Did he get Colossal Slayer because he's already damaged?
Yep,
yeah, it
I
does
did.
look
All
like
right.
it. Right, he glares at you, and first of all, he has to do a freezing stare, Andy. Well, you haven't been paralysed for a while, have you?
No, not yet.
You succeed! Hurrah! So you're not paralysed, but you feel his gaze. He steps forward and lets out a mighty swing, striking once at Ed and once at you.
Looks, that was chilly.
Let's see if I can do multiple melee attacks, because that would be quite
Can you dodge stuff like this? Just remind us.
Yeah, if you take the dodge action on your turn and do nothing else.
Ah, right. Yes, that's it. Thanks, Earl. I'd completely forgotten.
I can target. So he misses you, Rick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he misses you and he hits Ed. For 21 damage, Ed takes a massive swing, and then it is Sanwin.
I'll turn round to Aisha and go, do you want to kill these yourself or do you want me to sort this out?
Yeah, you can join in if you want.
All right, I will cast full up cast twinned fire scorching rays.
Okay, so you pull the both finger guns out.
I know I'll put both hands up in the air and just have them fly off the top of each hand. I'll start with the bottom one, then I'll move to the next one.
Beams of fire shoot out in all directions. Are we finished shooting? Pew, 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 pew.
No, that was just the first one. Now I'm doing the second one.
Okay. Mr. Verbally Abusive Giggle. Oh, I missed. And again.
There you go, even the playing field a little bit.
So you blast left, right, and centre and fail to bring anything down, but there's bits of skeleton burnt off. Burn.
All right, I shall move forward into attack range of this skeleton.
Okay.
It keeps on saying he's 15 feet away from us.
Yeah, because they're
Because it's probably right in the middle.
It is. Don't worry about it. You're in range, Dave. Take a swing at him.
Right, I shall use my warhammer on the skeleton
Swing, bada.
Batter up.
again.
It's vulnerable. With a mighty crash, you break a few ribs off.
I will rage.
I'm so angry. Go on then.
I'm so angry I didn't drop him with one fucking throw.
And he's vulnerable as well, and you still only roll the shitty damage. Less. Grr! Anger! He starts biting his lip and pulling at his own beard. Is there anything else you want to do, Dave?
Nah.
Okay, we have Aisha.
Right. The first thing I'm going to do is cast it's a bonus action, War Priest.
Okay, that sounds metal as fuck. Is that the plus 10 to hit one?
No, I can use an extra attack as a bonus action.
All right, cool.
And then I will smack the shit out of the
Lather
giant.
the shit out of it.
I was going to do something else, but I wasn't sure if it was going to work. I was going to try banishing it.
But just smacking the shit out of it seems to work just fine.
Or not.
Is the skeleton's turn. Earnest voice skeleton is like, well, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to freeze you. Freezes on Aisha, actually. Okay, so you take
Oh, hell's bollocks.
a bunch of damage, myself. You take a whole bunch of damage, Aisha. The cold bites into you, but luckily you're resistant to cold. It's not as bad as it could have been.
Yep, sure.
And then it smacks the shit out of you with its axe. It's you're paralysed until the end of your next turn as well.
Oh, great.
Aisha's paralysed. Then Ben and Aisha swings round in a great big arc. Misses Ben. It hits Aisha, however, and does
Whoops.
53 damage on a swing. Sadly, your guidance has expired, Aisha. You're still standing, but only just. Ed 209.
He's going to cast his. How damaged does this look? Pretty bad.
Pretty badly damaged, yes.
Kill it.
I'm just going to get her to hit it. I'm going to save the spell. Yeah. So what do I use for that?
You should have his character sheet that you can access.
How the hell do I access his character sheet?
Try double-clicking his token.
Oh, wow.
There you go. I mean, I can do it, but obviously if you teach Lantesh to fish, then she can
definitely
control
Like them
killer.
the water.
Yeah, she can control killer robots for the rest of her life. So yeah, target him, and then he only gets one fist attack, sadly, because he's only one fist is working.
That's right, Ned. Is that right? And then
It hits. Cunt. Bam! And Ed literally punches his fist straight through the frost giant's skull, and it shatters into 1,000,000 pieces.
oh dear God, that's so fucking funny.
Well, I mean, it is a verbally abusive giggle, so so Ed just smashes it to 1,000,000 pieces. Okay, and that is his turn. We're back to Lantesh.
I'm going to cast Firebolt.
It's a hit. It's a big hit.
Oh, whoa.
So how do you do that one?
Goes through its front and out through its asshole or something like that.
It doesn't really have an arsehole, but you shoot where it was,
Now.
and it breaks its pelvis in half, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
That falls dead. Well, it collapses into a big pile of bones. Once you defeat it, Rega looks down at you and says, "You've done well, grandson." Then the giants, all feared, throne sat upon, rises 30 feet into the air, revealing a hidden staircase beneath it.
Ooh.
Who got hurt there before we go wandering down the hall?
I'm using his regains 5 hit points thing this turn.
Hang on a sec, it should do it automatically. Let me just try.
All right, okay.
There, say, hail to Ed 209. It does it automatically every round.
Right, hang on. I shall nip across and bind the wounds.
He puts one of those little plasters on. It's got a little teddy bear on it. He kisses it better and goes, "There you go."
Aye.
59 damage there. Bit off that frost giant.
Ouch.
Still took it up.
Is that all you got, motherfuckers? You can't kill me. So Ed regens back to full because he's not dead. And a gigantic staircase lies before you underneath the... It was only Britty got beaten up. Nobody else.
Yeah, he tanked so we could pew.
Well, I suggest possibly that we ought to pile down that staircase before the throne comes back down again.
This is a very good point.
Aisha slaps a heel on himself. But who's going down first?
Well, I don't mind going down first.
Yeah, I'll follow.
I'll bite my lip a bit.
You have to do damage to yourself, mind you. You have to
Yeah, I do.
Keep
Point
doing
of
damage. I'll allow it as long as you keep doing damage to yourself. Corin, as you head to your left as you enter this dark hall, is a closed stone double door, no handles or hinges. To your right is a curved tunnel blocked by an iron gate that has 1 foot square gaps between its horizontal and vertical bars. The iron hinges on the north side of the gate indicate it swings inward. Situated in alcoves at the far end of this hall are 6 braziers, each one in the shape of a 4 foot tall, 2 feet wide stone urn, held snugly atop a 5 foot high clawed basalt pedestal. Carved into each end is a rune. Above the alcoves looms a stone archway into which some words are described. I have to say, the giant guy is quite ballsy.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'll wait for the giant.
So, you say as you descend into this room, Corin.
Right. Well, all I can actually say is the tail end of the staircase. Oh, hang on. Ah, right. No, sorry. My fault for not scrolling the map. It's all right. I'll give myself a talking to later on.
So who goes down after Ben and Corin?
Right. Well, I'll go down and take 1 step to the side, so I'm tucked away nicely in that corner to leave room for everybody else.
Yeah.
I'll go down after Ace, yeah.
Now I'll go down and can the Guardian get down or not?
He can, but he'll take up the entire width of the stairs.
Right, well, I'll bring him up the rear behind, just so there's nothing.
Okay, so you guys should be able to see on the map now where you are, south.
Andy, could you use your healer's kit on me, please, just so I get a few more hit points back? Just...
I have done.
Oh, right, okay, sorry.
Do you want a potion?
I did that while we were upstairs.
Oh, right, yes, sorry, okay.
Do you want a potion?
Yeah, that's one thing I haven't actually got a potion.
I'll stick it in the party thing.
I'm sorry it was only like 13 hit points or something, but
Yeah, it was better than the 2 heals I cast on myself.
Right,
I mean,
so
if you...
are you moving into the room so I can move Tracy down, or are you just going to cower on the stairs?
if you...
Ed needs quite a lot of space.
Yeah, there should be a potion of healing in there now if you just take that, Bracy.
Cheers.
Ed is kind of ginormous, Tracy. As you can see, he blocks the entire staircase.
Well, we may need his help. I don't know what's down here, and I didn't want to leave him up there in case it triggered something. You know what I mean? Some sort of extra action.
Right, so there's
If you-
six braziers, a double door to your left, and a gate to your right, and there's an inscription in runes. Can anybody read Dwarven? Jack?
Yes.
I can.
Yeah.
Can anyone read? Yes.
Written in the alcoves, going around above the unlit braziers, Dwarven runes. Snatch a scale from a sleeping worm, that's one. Against the blowing wind stand firm, reads another. Climb a mountain with a stone in your shoe, reads a third. On little feet, death comes for you. Be the arrow that starts the war, reads the fifth. The final one says, let life's blood fall till it falls no more.
Can we light these braziers, Rich, or is there nothing left in them?
They don't seem to have fuel to light in them.
It's not going to be that same kind of thing that when we summon Bob, is it?
Rich, can you read that out again? I'll type it out.
I tell you what I can do is, I can actually drag and drop it into the chat window for you.
Awesome. I'll type it out.
There you go.
That fourth one could be me.
Was that a poem, or is it, things to do?
I'm wondering if it's sort of like questy type things. And we've got to do all six of them to light all the braziers.
So you have the portcullis and you have the double door which has no handle.
Portcullis.
Okay, it's a portcullis.
What can you see through it?
You can see a tunnel that curves round to the north. Dave could just catch sight of a set of doors. Dave, stone doors.
Yeah. There are a couple of doors at the end of this tunnel, lads.
The portcullis is down.
Yes, blocking the corridor.
Does I look around? Does there appear to be any switches or anything?
Does not appear to be any switches.
Try and lift it up.
Right, you move to it and strain with all your might, but it doesn't even move, not even a fraction.
Can I give him a hand?
You can. Both of you try, and even with Dave's enormous dwarven strength, not even a fraction.
Can I use my ability to remove one of the bars, or because would that mean we could squeeze through if I remove
You can
one?
try that, yes, but when you concentrate on it, your magic does not seem to take hold upon it.
Oh, that's interesting.
So look at these doors.
There are stone doors, and they have no handles on this side.
I'll knock on it. I'll try pushing it with my foot.
Right, you push, you feel heavy resistance, but you're not quite strong enough to push it open as they are thick doors.
I'll give him a hand.
See, I'll stand back while the stronger people push the door.
Right, so between you and anyone else, Helman?
Can I get the Guardian to help or not, or is it just a command?
It just kind of kill things as far as I'm
Oh,
aware.
right, okay.
You tell to kill the door, I guess.
If all else fails,
Right, well, it's just you then, Dave. There you go.
I'm not very strong, so
Dave, sadly, heaves against the door but can't move it on his own.
Need some help with this, lads?
I'll see.
I'll go and help.
Well, I would help, but I'm not very strong.
Right, so between the two of you pushing, you manage just inch by inch to force one of the stone doors open. Inside, small room. The chamber holds 4 large wooden chests with iron fittings and built-in locks. Hanging from a hook in the middle of the ceiling is a 1-foot diameter iron ring with 4 1-foot-long iron keys and a single 1-foot-long silver key dangling from it. However, as this place is sized for a frost giant, it's like, 15 feet in the air. Each chest is a large square chest with a half-barrel shaped lid.
Aisha, how tall are you?
7 feet.
Yep.
Still a good 10 feet above him.
And
Someone's going to have this.
And these are large keys as well, obviously sized for a giant, so they're like, the size of short swords.
So would would best put an iron spike in to keep both of them doors open.
Yeah.
If you spike the doors and you stand near the doors there, Ben, and I'll like sort of start limbering myself up and dig out my thieves' toolkit. Been a while since I've done this, boys and girls.
Okay, so you're gonna have a go at the chest, huh?
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look around the inside of the lock to see if I can work out which teeth pattern from the keys would fit it.
Okay, there you probe the different ones, and there are different keys for each one.
Right.
It looks like the each one of those keys hanging up.
And then there's a silver key, but this thing's on a hook. Can I have a look at the top of the hook to see if it looks like where the chain goes into the ceiling? Is it by any chance a trap trigger?
Yo, do you think it's Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, don't you? That's what you think.
I think that I've died to traps more than I've died to monsters, so yeah, I'm checking.
Yeah, if you look at the stats, you know, you've gone down 7 times.
I know. Who's got playing with chests down as tonight?
Playing with chess. Go on then, give me a perception roll. So you examine the ceiling carefully, and to your eyes it looks as if it's firmly bolted to the roof, I guess will be...
Okay.
I can spider climb a couple of these if you want.
No, I just need to get the ring off the hook, but it's 17 foot in the air.
Hello, from me.
I'd throw you.
Yeah, spider climbers, and I'll go and get it.
You could stand on top of Ed, that's what I mean. Climb up on Ed, and then one of you climb up on top of you. That was my plan.
Right, so it's a ring of keys with 4 1-foot-long iron keys and a single 1-foot-long silver key hanging from it.
And
Well, if Sandman stands on Ed's shoulders and I stand on his, then we'll get this really big overcoat.
Yeah.
So, yes, spider climb, Tracy? Yeah?
Yeah, I'm putting spider climb on Aisha and Sanwin.
Okay,
Right.
Salmon.
I'll
Peter Parker, that bitch.
I'll Peter Parker up the wall, and I'll get my... Hang on. I'll get me light crossbow.
Aisha. Yeah.
You get your light crossbow.
I'll get me light crossbow out, and I'll use the butt of the light crossbow to lift the ring off the hook.
Okay,
The
I
non-conductive wooded one.
guess what I'm going to make you roll. Right, the ring of keys is surprisingly heavy, and you lift it off the hook, and you almost fall as it jerks the crossbow down, but you manage to hang onto it, so you're standing there with the ring of keys hanging down off your crossbow.
Lower it to the ground and climb down.
Climb down, and there's this
Did you
enormous...
get the silver key
lift
down
gate.
as well?
It's
Yeah,
all
it's
on
on the
one
ring.
ring.
Does the ring look like a giant's finger ring, or does it look like a key ring
looks
for a
like a-
giant?
Key ring for a giant.
Right. I will sort through the rings on the floor and try and work out which one fits which box from my probing around to work out which one had the different...
Okay, you do that.
Right.
Generally, when you're asking stuff like that, I'll use the passive thing, which is 10 plus your
Yeah,
appropriate
that's
ability thing. So, yeah, you figure out that the 4 iron rings, iron keys probably fit these chests.
Okay, everyone back up, because I'm bound to explode at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, he
I'll get the first one. I'll stand to the side of this chest, and I'll open it from the side. And those doors are chocked open, yeah?
Yeah,
Yep.
the doors are chocked open.
Yeah, I'm a bit nervous because, I have a habit of blowing up.
So you step forward, and with eyes clean shut.
Yeah. One finger in one ear. I'll turn the key.
Right, so the giant iron key goes in, jingles for a second. It's stiff with the frost, but you actually have to use both hands as you turn the key, and it clicks open.
Right, I will check around the seal for traps.
Gonna be a hero while, aren't we?
Yeah.
Don't say any traps. You thoroughly search it.
I'll lift the chest lid up from the side and
Yeah.
tell Aisha not to stand in front of it when I do this.
You lift the chest lid and nothing happens. And in the bottom is a single item which appears to be an arrow. The head is the shape of a leaf, and it has elvish runes written down the side.
What's it saying, Alvin?
Pointy end towards enemy.
I knew you were going to say that. I thought I was going to say something like some type of Italian pasta. Right, I'll go and do the next box the same way.
Opens without any problem. And in the second box is a dead snowy owl, frozen stiff.
I'll line on the wall and munch on a sausage.
Maybe it's just sleeping now, pining
Could be.
for the fjords.
It could be pining for the fjords. I was going to warm it up, but I think I better let the resident semi-professional necromancer. Have a look at it in a moment. And the next one.
It's like, well, don't let Annie know it. He put it in a sandwich.
There's the next one creaks open, and there's a gleaming white scale from a lizard about the size of your hand.
Like a dragon one.
Oh, you
you
would recognize it? Yes, definitely a dragon one.
Ooh,
These are the things we need to light the braziers.
possibly. And I'll open the last one.
Yep.
The last one contains a fist-sized stone.
Hang on, what does it say? Give us a look.
Something about standing. Was it?
Well, that's the scale from the Sleeping Worm. That's the stone to put into a shoe.
The arrow that starts the war.
That's the one. And then it's a map. Well, I wonder if on Little Feet Death comes for you as the owl.
Yeah,
Because they've
it
got
will
little
be.
feet.
No,
And
on
if you're
little
a mouse,
feet, death comes for you. Death for little things with little feet is an owl.
Yeah. And there's the let life's blood falls no more bit. And against the blowing wind stand firm.
I think that's fist meant to be strength. Yeah, I don't know.
Hang on a second.
we'll see what's in the rest.
Is there any markings above these different
Braziers.
things?
There
Yeah.
is. There are
Ah.
runes above them.
What's the rune above the first one?
The first one will start from the left. The first one is the Verm rune.
Oh, I'm going to stand over here. Don't want to get too close to that.
Next.
The next one is the Vind rune.
Next.
The third one is the Fjell rune, which represents mountain.
Yeah.
The next one is the Dodd rune, which represents death.
Yeah.
Next one is the Krieg rune, which represents war.
Yeah.
The last one is the Liv rune, which represents life.
Okay, guys, I've got this. It's going to go horribly wrong, but I think I've got it. Okay, I need Bracy to be in two places at once, but let's try this first. The Verm is the dragon scale.
Right. So what are you doing? Dropping the dragon scale onto the worm brazier.
Yeah. Hey, the third one is the stone.
You do know if you get this wrong.
Yeah.
You're all dead.
The fourth one is the owl.
2, 3,
Oh, wait,
4.
no.
Dodd. Yeah.
No, wait.
That
Yeah,
one lights up.
And the arrow is Krieg.
Yeah, that one lights up.
And Bracy, go and bleed into the live room.
Oh,
Right,
Well,
you,
you're already wounded. I'll just take your bandage off.
you cut your palm and you take a point of damage and bleed and drip blood into it. After 3 drops of blood, it lights up.
Right, now go and stand in front of that one and hold on to it and push it if you have to.
Right, you stand in front of it, Bracy, you push it, it does nothing. This one has the Vind rune, which represents
that's
wind.
wind.
Blown it?
I
Blow
blow
it.
it, yeah.
Okay, you blow on it, and the Brazy bursts into life, and there's a grinding noise.
I'll put the silver key. I'll sit here. Do you want this key or should I hold on to it?
You hold on for it for now, but obviously I might be
I know.
the one that you open it, but we'll see.
Let's
Ahead
go.
round the corner is 2 stone doors, identical to the stone doors that you've already opened. Earl runs into the wall and bangs his head and takes a point of damage.
Shall we do it again, Ben? Me and Ben, I'll push the door open again.
You need to stop running into the wall, Earl.
Sorry, darling.
You and Ben heave the door open,
If nothing bites us, we'll heave the other one open as well.
and inside is a large chest. A large open chest with silver fittings stands against the wall. Directly opposite the double doors, a gold key sticks out of the chest's built-in lock.
Don't touch that.
I wonder if you have to take the gold key out and put the silver key in.
Yeah, I am going to go over to the side, checking for traps in the room, and then I'm going to check the chest for traps.
Is Aisha glowing when he's in that room?
He's
I've just lit a candle.
lit a candle
Oh,
because he can't see either, Andy.
all right.
I'll check the chest for secret for
The
traps.
secret trapdoors. Okay, well,
I'm going to check for secret doors anyway, but I want to check the
okay.
chest for
There you
traps.
go. Give us an investigation. Nobody's helping you, so you're on your own. Okay, so you look around the room to appear to have any kind of hidden doors or traps.
In my thieves tool, I assume I have like a wooden stick, a probe.
Yeah, you'll definitely have a probe.
I will remove the gold key with the probe.
Okay, it slides easily out, and it's actually made of solid gold.
Is it the same? Does the teeth match to the
Match.
silver key?
No.
But will the silver key fit in the lock? I'll put the silver key in the lock, tell everyone to get out the way and spike the doors open, and I'll try turning the silver key once everyone's out of the way and the doors are spiked open.
So Andy hides around the corner again.
Everyone should stay out the way.
Guarding the rear.
I'm just there for the best shot if anything comes charging out that room.
Oh yeah. What about Ben and Aisha?
Well, I think that we should stay just in case.
Yeah, I'm going to stand beside someone.
Be careful, because I don't know what this does. If it was me, it would be a big spell. So, you two want to be out of here.
Okay,
And if
so
something
you
attacks us, I'll
slide the
run
silver
back out.
key in, and it easily fits. And again, you have to use both hands to grab the top and the bottom of the turny bit.
And
And you turn, and there's a slight click, and then it clicks all the way around.
I will then carefully open the lid from the side.
Sliding the lid open, you see a gigantic, well-carved horn lying in a pile of 6 battle axes.
I'll turn around to AT and go, I'm not touching that. And
as you do, the battle axes leap into the air.
Oh, here we go.
Leap.
Right.
They have giantish Norse-type runes.
I'll try something, Rich, and I'll just try yelling for them to hold. See if it does anything.
Well, it's not me with the initiative tonight, is it, folks? Oh, damn it.
So you yell out, hold. Sadly, it does not have an effect. They've got giant/Norse runes all down the blades.
Can we read them?
They're glowing. It's as if they're... to you, it says that they declare them as guardians of the horn. So, 1, dance out of the chest. So into the room, whirling about.
I can get them all with a 15-foot cone. So I'm going to burn and hands them with an upcast to 3rd level burn and hands.
Ouch, that doesn't sound nice. Right, so you burn hands and you don't kill anything, so that's good. Next up.
I hit the closest one.
It's an cut.
Hit. 9 bludgeoning damage. What else you wish to do?
I will... My turn, actually.
Dave, you've taken 5 points of damage. If you've been trying to keep your rage going. You have Ed, Lantesh.
Ooh,
Unfortunately, you can't see what's going on. Just hear the yells and something about battle axes because you're out in the corridor. So you don't have anything to direct Ed to do.
right, okay, I'll just leave him there then.
Okay, next up, we have a battle axe. Hurrah! Dances forward. It's Max.
Oh, you bastard. It's obscenely dimpled.
Sanely dimpled. It's got dimples that look like bollocks. Misses you. Lantesh, it is your turn. Is that where you want to move to?
Yeah, please. Have I got another 5 feet as well? Oh, no, I know a lot because I'll get into melee with these lot. Can I Scorching Ray?
You can.
Yeah, I'll do the target nearest us first.
Are you targeting the one that looks like it's got bollocks?
I will cast Scorching Ray to level 3.
Obscenely rugged one. Right, that one pops.
Nearly got a lightning bolt on its head then, and it picked up the wrong dice.
Fire a lightning bolt into a small room. That's great.
Oh, man! And my last one.
Second one goes down.
And that's me.
Okay, doggy. Battle axe's turn. Right, gonna have another.
Nobody loves me. They were having a nap. He looks
Yeah,
quite
you woke them up. They're like, dude, sleeping. It's a hit. Yeah, it'd take 5 damage. How'd you like that, Mapples?
Oh, you bastard.
Have the delectable one. Hello, Andy, as it flies over
I say, fuck off.
and takes its swing at you. It's a hit. Oh, 9 damage.
Take that.
Tax ban. Corin, it is your turn.
Right, hang on a tick while I just work this out. Right, hang on. I'm gonna have to shift targets. It'll have to be that one. Now, I'm in melee with her, aren't I?
You are, yes.
Right, so it's going to have to be a short sword up its chuff.
But you do hit it as you do a sword draw and slash it, cutting splinters of wood fly from its handle.
There we go then.
And you get a second attack as well because you've got multi-attack now.
Right, okay, so I shall have to clobber it again then, or not.
Dodges out of the way, not wanting to face you anymore.
Yeah, I say it's frightened of us, that's what it is, it's frightened of us.
Ben, you are last. It's very serpentine and it slithers out of the way, however the second blow hits it. Oh, and it shatters into a million pieces.
And I will go...
Forward, Dave, forward.
I will go forward and... action surge?
Okay, yeah. Grr, anger, raw, he says.
At least we're not getting called cunts, lads.
Not yet.
And I
Dodges
missed.
out of the way. Okay, new round. Sandwin again. And when?
Right. I can't flame all 3, but I can flame the 2 in front of us. I'll just use a normal one, though.
Okay. Well, you could flame all three. You can just hit Dave as well.
That's the thing, but I don't want to do that because I'm a 9.
One disappears in a puff of logic.
That is a matter.
Aisha.
I hit the one in front of me again.
They don't seem to be terribly hard, these Guardians.
Or not.
Don't you get your bonus attack, though? Or does that only last a certain amount of time?
It only lasts until I come out of combat.
Ed, Tracy.
Staying as is.
Okie doke.
I shall cast Firebolt at the one nearest me.
You're targeting the one next to Salmon, though.
No, it's next to Corin.
You missed. They seem quite dodgy. And I didn't think I'd get another swing, but I'm going to have one, Earl.
Me.
Take 2 points of damage. How do you like them apples?
Ow.
The one fighting Andy takes a swing. Andy, so you can pull your other short sword out now and have two of them.
Right. Well, we will begin by short swording the first one, or not. And the second attack.
Hangs off its metal head.
That's better.
And you slice it into bits and it collapses to the ground, inert and dead.
Jolly good. Right. I guess that's... Hang on. That's probably maiden.
Okay, Ben, it is your turn.
Right. Whack,
Flying
whack.
battle axe.
Because that one's not going to last long.
No, it is not. Ben is going to lash the crap out of it. There you go. Bang. With one mighty swing, it bounces off his hammer and smashes into the wall. Oh, his battle axe. Room falls silent once more. Right, so...
Might I suggest we grab that horn and leg it?
Check the room for secret doors first, and then we'll get out there.
Right, well, just
Right,
in
so you
case...
search this room and there's no...
Just in case there's anything going to come out of any secret doors over the other side somewhere. Oh, the chat window's just gone blank. Oh, it's all right.
So the horn lies before you in an empty...
I'm leaving that to Aisha. I ain't touching that because I've got a bad feeling.
Is there nothing else in this room? Have you looked for doors?
Yeah, you've
nothing.
thoroughly searched it and you found it's all solid stone. There's a gold key worth 5 gold pieces.
Excellent.
And a
wait, hang on.
magical horn made from an unknown, highly decorated horn with a lion's head in the act of roaring.
Everybody better get out of the room, and then I'll pick it up.
You pick it up and nothing happens.
Right, so,
Leave nonchalantly.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
well, we now have the horn. Wait, that sounds wrong. So, on our list of things to do, what are we down to? Because when we're going to go and see your people to find out where the horn was,
That prison place.
yeah, there's the prison and see your people. So, what do you want to do? Go to prison.
Yeah, that'll do. If they
There
wanna
is
kick off
the
the wall, they can do it.
going with Bracy. It's got all of these weird.
So, does he still glow?
Yeah, the marks are glowing. Basically, ice like a cold icy blue colour. So he's got
So-
Goliath marks, but the Goliath marks are normally grey. So if I can find an image of a Goliath for you.
So, does that mean that when we get in the tiny hut tonight, I can sit next to him and read by the light coming off his tats?
Oh, he doesn't actually glow like that kind of glow. Oh yeah, there you go. There's a nice image of a Goliath. This is what a normal Goliath looks like. Okay, so Bracy had no markings, but now his markings have come in and are like icy blue. They're not glowing, but they're an icy blue colour.
Got yeah.
So now he looks completely fucked up.
Right.
Is that all we're saying about that? So Bracy just looks fucked up now.
I'll hug him and I'll say, "Are you all right?"
Mm-hmm.
Is this the equivalent of your balls dropping as a Goliath?
I don't know. Possibly.
So, let's go into the prison and see this guy then, I think.
I turn around to Lantesh, lift me killed up and go, is everything glowing?
Oh my God. So as you head back through the blowing snow, you see a frost giant with long white hair striding towards you. In her hands, she grasps an icy chain with an anvil bolted to one end of it.
Oh, yeah, we'll go.
Shit balls. Don't suppose I recognise this?
No, she's a fucking frost giant. You've never met any frost giant before.
Glow
She
your own.
sees that you are. Calls out, "I am Gromangorn, here for the horn."
You thought you were.
I'll lift me left hand and go, talk to the stump because the face ain't listening.
Like she drags this anvil. "I am the legal heir for the horn. You will give it to me or I will destroy you all."
On whose authority are you the heir to the horn, and what will you use it for?
Because of my bloodline.
Why didn't you go and get it yourself?
I was on the way We can only see the ancestors on the full moon. Apparently you puny little folk have come first and stolen it.
My companion had the right to challenge for it and did so by your own law. Are you
Liars.
disregarding that law? Also, it is possible to trick the Great Jarl. Is that what you're saying?
Give me the horn now or face death.
If
It
you
should
try
be.
to take the horn by force, you will be excised by your people. You know that, truly?
My people respect strength.
Yes, in line with authority, and you do not have that authority. The Jarl bequeathed the item to my companion, not to you.
I will listen to your lies no more.
Fine, I
Swinging
fired 2 arrows at her.
Swinging her
Are you putting us? Oh, yeah, you are.
And her anvil.
anvil. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for.
I was a bit more kind of perturbed that she was swinging her doobly-doos as well.
A doobly-doos and her anvil there. So this time, first up we have Ben as she runs towards you, waving her big anvil round and round her head.
I shall walk forward another 5 feet.
Okay, is that your turn, Dave?
I shall rage.
Right, wait a minute.
Gurry says, yeah, bugger.
Lantesh, you can affect metal, can you?
You are up next.
I can, well, to a
Could-
point.
Could you weaken one of the chain links on her thing so the anvil goes flying off?
I think it takes about 10 minutes of concentration or something, doesn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a shame. That would have been hilarious.
Who's up, Aisha?
Right, I am going to cast Hold
Yes.
Person.
Okay.
Would you come under humanoid?
No,
She wouldn't.
not for a whole person, no.
Ah, okay then. In that case, then I will cast Guiding Bolt at level 3.
Yeah, lead with those big ones. Oh, it's a hit. Light her up. I'm going to light you up, sweet cheeks. And do you know how to do the level 3? You pick the damage dice up square and then holding it and then right click twice. Chuck it on her. Boom, damage. Poof. And then you can apply the effect to her, which gives you advantage to hit her.
That's better.
That's your turn, sir.
Yes.
Corin.
Right, let's have a look, see. Well, I think we'll probably stick with the tried and trusted bonus action. I shall put Tuss's mark upon her, and then I shall scroll away her madly and fire some arrows at her.
T-Wang. Does it hit? Arrows thunk into her.
And the second one.
As she howls in pain.
Shit.
The second
So
one.
close.
Yeah, right. Oh, and I might as well move a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That'll do.
Okay. Lantesh.
I'll cast Scorching Ray on her at level 2, just at normal level.
Wearing out of those.
Oh, wait a minute. I need to do.
Oh, you bastard.
You get 2 more shots, though.
Oh, shit, I forgot about that. I thought that was me.
Yeah. You have to
Richie nearly got away with it.
hit damage. Not as much as basically hitting himself in the face with the warhammer. That was kind of funny.
Oh well.
Okay, Tracy, it is Ed's turn.
Get him to charge over and twat her one.
Okay.
Looking at how far away she is, I thought I didn't realise it was 30 feet. Yeah, I'll use the lightning bolt out of Ed.
Do you want him to move now?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you
I
don't want to
will
be in
say-
the way.
Okay, and then he fires a lightning bolt at Aya. Oh, she fails.
Oh, this is going to happen.
Ouch.
It's gonna hurt so bad. So remember, pick the damage. Ouch.
Go.
Oh, hell.
What the
Bollocks, look at that.
fuck? Ah.
Yeah, she fails
Oh,
that.
I was going to say, I felt that, and I'm standing next to Lantesh.
My character's hair flies back, and I look over and go, holy shit.
Holy shit, yeah. So basically, just sort of does that thing where he does like a anime thing, puts his arms back, and just lightning flies out of his chest. And his zaps are doing quite a lot of damage.
Awesome.
Simon,
That's what
it is
I
your
think.
turn.
I'll move to the right.
Okay.
Pucker up, sweet cheeks.
As you fire, and once again,
Oh, shit. That's
God.
gonna hurt.
so you fire a fireball. Yeah, you do light her up. I'm gonna light you up, sweet cheeks. She fails as well, though. Oh, lordy. 38 damage.
Oh, get bones out of that.
Nice. She still
What a shot.
takes it and keeps coming. Turn finally, because I rolled really bad. Okay, so she moves, runs and swings the anvil round her head and then reaches out and strikes you twice there.
Better dodge. Oh dear.
Hits
Oh, that could have been worse. That was.
hits
God.
you twice, Dave. Luckily, though, you are raging. Just give me the horn now and I won't crush this stunty dwarf. Ben's turn.
Go on, Dave.
Oh, she called him Stunty. This is going to hurt. I'll be like, no, don't call him Stunty. He gets really cross.
Too late.
Oh, he's got 3 fireballs. He's just so enthusiastic. Fireballs everywhere. Are you running? Oh, you're running up, Dave, are you?
Right. I want to try one of my fighter combat security things.
Okay.
Do I do a normal attack and then what you call it or what?
Which one are you trying to find? Which one are you trying to do?
The distracting strike first.
So what does that do?
Gives advantage to the next person to attack her.
Yeah, right.
So he runs between her legs and slashes at one leg and the other, and she sort of like reels and looks down. Aisha, you are next.
I cast guiding bolt again. Upcast to level 4 this time.
Oh, he's going for all the guiding bolts. Go ahead, you'll have advantage to hit thanks to Brienne running around her legs, slicing away at her hackles. Yeah, that's a hit, surprisingly. Do all of the damages.
Oh, bloody
That's
hell.
a lot of dice.
All right, so how do you take down Frost Giant Lady? Grom and Gorn.
Middle of the chest, just like Predator. Vought. Big holes, front to back. Right between her titties.
Yeah, she looks shocked and then falls to one knee, falls to the ground, utterly dead.
I'll
I
turn
run
around to
over
Ben
and try and harvest the heart.
I'll say to Ben, I told you she shouldn't have called you short.
Alright.
Oh, okay.
I warned her.
Andy, I need you to roll me here,
Yes.
Giant, a DC 18
Mm-hmm.
nature check.
Can I help him? Hold the body still for him.
Hang on, I will guide you.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
in!
It's a crit. You get some goodies now, Andy.
Awesome. All right.
And here's one you could have won earlier. An anvil on a chain for a start. I don't suppose you want that, really?
Search a body.
and he's like, how much do you think giant flaps are worth?
Giant eye. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Should have. Right. Giant toes.
Chrissy,
Awesome.
you might want to take the horn and blasting before you leave it behind.
Will somebody please take the gold key and the horn of blasting before I am tempted to?
I'll take the golden key.
Is it on the camera sheet, is it? Or
It's on the party sheet.
party sheet, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Andy, those things, if you click on them and look at the description,
Oh, hang on.
the monster loot actually does stuff.
Yeah. Right. Hang on. Now, I'm just checking there isn't any troll meat, because even I draw the line at that. Good. Right. Hang on. What does Frost Giant blood do? Oh, get in.
But you have to craft it using. So any consumables have to be crafted with either cooking, alchemy, or brewing efficiency.
Or we can go and see our friend with the shop.
I've got brewing +4.
Dave?
Plus, but the thing is, right, because obviously D&D's normally a high. So Frost Giant Heart, for instance, do you mind us telling this to the rest of the party, Andy?
No.
A Frost Giant Heart
Tell them I
can be
haven't got
crafted
that
into
far
a
yet.
portion of Frost Giant strength, but it costs 1,000 gold pieces worth of components in 30 days. So, I mean, I
Right.
don't know if you've got
Sell that.
1,000 gold pieces. A Frost Giant Eye, when consumed, you become proficient in wisdom perception checks for 1 minute.
Lovely.
Right, so you
Well,
kill her. I think she actually...
so you know this Frost Giant blood,
You can't collect that
Did
unless you've got vials.
which I've got,
It's
because
got
I've got
the
my
kit,
kit.
it's got files and that in it.
Yeah, because it
Just
says
say, I've just been through this with my group. That kit is annoying AF.
when consumed, you gain resistance to cold damage for an hour. That's handy.
You need to actually use cooking, alchemy, brewing with it. To either turn it into a potion, a food, like, Frost Giant cookies cooking.
Awesome.
Frost Giant beer.
Frost Giant beer it is, boys!
Yep.
But Andy, you already have resistance to cold.
Yeah, I know I have, but they don't.
And in addition, you generally have to do those within 24 hours. Otherwise, they'll lose their magical properties.
Well, back to Bryn Shander. Drop
So-
this lot off at Howls.
Having defeated Grom and Garn, I think we will bring tonight to a close so I can decongest.
Was she carrying
Not a
anything
problem.
apart from what Andy got off her?
Just
Any money?
high
any
armor.
items?
She's not carrying money. She just had some jerky, some hide armor, and her anvil on a chain. You want, obviously, the hide armor will be no good unless you're Frost Giant sized,
Or you could take it apart and make
She's
smaller bits out of
bigger
it if
than
you get an
even
armor.
you.
I'm just wondering what to do with the toes.
Stick him in the curry.
But you've seen Pirates of the Caribbean, Andy, haven't you?
Well, yes.
sorry, patchwork armor. So she doesn't even have hide armor. She's got bits of hide and leather and things tied to her at various places.
I offer Andy one of my javelins and go, toe kebab?
Oh, I think we can probably manage that.
Well, they're great for holding down lines, towing a line.
Oh, God.
Oh,
God.
Oh, that's bad. Dave, that's bad.
So where are we planning on heading next time?
Well, would anybody mind if we quickly called in at Bryn Shander en route to wherever else we're going, and I'll drop this lot off at Howells and do a deal?
Well, the good thing is we can get to Bryn Shander by following the river, which is fast because it's basically just a solid road of ice. So we
Yeah.
should be able to get that quite quickly. So, yeah, we'll hit Bryn Shander and then we'll go up to... But we should also tell the council that we've got that hole that they said would be next to impossible to find. You mean this hole?
Yeah, oh, but this one.
We might have to do the brewing here, though. We'll see.
Well, calling it Goodman... Oh, wait.
Well, it gives people a use for brewing supplies, I suppose.
Aye.
I think what to check. Yes, I want to check Aisha's. Aisha, Horn of Blasting require attunement.
I don't really want to blow it because I've read the stats on it or the description. It can blow up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'll use it.
Well, can you just stand like way back there?
No, I was just checking. It doesn't require attunement, believe it or not, because Brissy's already attuned to 3 magical items, so he can't have any more attunement ones. And I checked up, Brissy. The Mitre of Disguise can change you up or down by 1 foot, so you could actually disguise yourself as a human, a 6 foot tall human,
Or a gnome?
or a 6 foot tall gnome.
That would be unbelievable.
We don't height judge, but it's like crazy thing you've ever seen in Icewind Dale. So
I've
you've
just had a
got the
thought.
horn. It is a horn of blasting, but yes, Brissy can use it.
Just a thought.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, at 209, could you make it like a backpack to put herself in on its back?
I want to say no, but I don't have a good reason to.
So basically, it's now her battle mech.
Pretty much, yeah.
Learn the fly spell so then you can shout jump jets and do a Highlander fling.
Right, so just so
Oh my
I know
God.
roughly what you're planning on doing, where are you going next? Bryn Shander, and then
we're going to that.
Revel's End.
I thought it was going towards, is it Sky Tower and where is it? Worm Crag or something? Or have we been there? No, I haven't been there though, have I?
Oh, that's right. We're going to go inside the Goliath, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Revel's End's closer, though.
Yeah, but I kind of feel as though we ought to go there last because that's going to lead us on to the
The Frost
Aye.
Queen.
So we head to Bryn Shander and then the Goliath's place.
Yeah,
not to the past then.
Not just yet, I don't think.
which pass? The dwarves.
No, because apparently the horn has the power to clear the pass if it doesn't blow up.
Yeah, but no point clearing the pass until we've fixed things.
True.
because she'll only close it again.
Yeah. We want to clear that on my way to go and bloody twatter one.
Okay, no, that is fine. I just need to know roughly where you're heading so I can read up on it.
Plus we might go another level
So Bryn
before.
Shander,
Yeah.
and then maybe over to Sky Tower or Wormdoom, yeah?